Hi friends. Um just there's a line in the middle of my screen and I don't know how to take it away. So if I look weird, if I look like I'm looking at the screen weirdly, that's why. Also I've cut my hair and it's like puffy, and I hate it when it's puffy because my face is already puffy, so I feel like I don't need to add any volume here, but I need so we're gonna just do this. Feel like I look much better, with no anything around my face, because yeah, but it needed to be cut because it was not good. Anyway, hi, welcome. It's been a while. I was actually doing really good until today, which I know I always decide to film when I'm feeling my best. I feel like I look like I've aged 30 years since this morning. It might be due to what happened today with my dad. It might also be due to the fact that like my periods due in a couple of days. So this is perfectly normal, I started to go see an acupuncturist. I'm gonna do this a lot, by the way, because I'm still in the process of choosing if I look good for tonight to go out like this, or if I need to style or keep my hair up in some way. So bear with me. But oh god, here we go again. What was I saying? Why does my brain do this? Period. Here it is. Okay, took way too long. So I went to see my an acupuncturist a while ago, and because of I was trying to basically get rid of PMS, or not get rid of, but make it more comfortable instead of being this unbearable. And she was like, if you want to be, because I tend to be dramatic at times, but not dramatic, but maybe there's stuff that I can, symptoms that I can get rid of. And I'm sorry if you're a man listening to this and you can relate, but actually you might want to keep watching, because this is something that, Jesus Christ, men are not educated about, and this makes me very, I'm trying to be serious here, sorry. This is something men are not educated about enough, in my opinion. And so if you want to keep watching, welcome. Anyway, oh, cringy. I am cringy today. That's what I am. No, we're not going to do this. I'm good. We're good. Okay. Sorry. It's been a while. I mean, I haven't spoken pretty much today, so this is what happens after I don't speak for a while. She was like, my acupuncturist was like, if you're trying to completely erase symptoms like PMS symptoms and the fact that you're a woman, so a cyclical being, and that you go through phases for every month, every 28 days, then it's not going to happen with acupuncture. It's not going to happen with anything. Probably it's going to happen with the pill, but I've been on the pill for a long time, and my body, my everything changed so drastically that I hated it so much, and I will never get on the pill again. So yeah, I was actually thinking, I'm not in a relationship right now, or I don't ever do the thing that the pill is needed for. But imagine if I did, how would I? Yeah, whatever. Not a problem now. So the thing is, embrace. I want to embrace, and sometimes I'm able to, some other times it's harder, but I want to get to the point where I just embrace, changes throughout the month. And I've been trying, because ovulation is the phase where you look the better, basically, because it's the most fertile. You're fertile, whatever. You're supposed to like be more social and do these things. And I feel like that as well. Like you feel like that as well. So this is the time where you should be going out, or like when I never want to go out. If there's a time that I want to go out, it's like 2 days around my ovulation. All right. I've tried it, but I have 4 friends, 3 friends, well, 3-4 friends, and nobody could go out with me. So I stayed at home, wasting away my sociable time. And we're going out tonight, which I am not in the mood for at all. Not just because of my period, but also because I got yelled at today. And I'm really trying to say this with a smile. But yeah, I'm gonna give you a little bit of background. So my dad yells a lot. He used to be way more, but he still is an angry person. Like he's just angry. Doesn't have a lot of patience. Which, by the way, the Rage Road thing that I've told you about in the last video, like, I mean, that's not Rage Road. I haven't done anything to the lady's car except for leaving her a ticket, so I don't feel like it's Rage Road, but I do definitely have that. Not to the point where I do things to damage other people, of course, but I do get really upset when people drive like shit. And it happens a lot here because in this specific city, I feel like just Italian drivers are bad drivers, but specifically in a few spots, there's like a higher concentration of just bad drivers. So I do get really upset and I take it personally. And whenever I drive with my mom, she's like, who cares, whatever. It's not a big deal. But I know, like, I've learned recently that I've gotten it from my dad, because I've always driven, like, I was always in the car when he was driving. Of course, he was always driving, whatever. He is the driver of the family. He would take us places and everything. And he has major rage road, and not just road, like he has rage just in general. So yeah, I don't know why he is like that. He just doesn't realize it, I guess. But anyway, in the past I've suffered a lot like the fact of that he is like he yells. I hate noises in general, so I hate people yelling. I hate conflicts and all of that. So I always try to moderate stuff like this. And there's been a period in our family life, that my brother would on purpose make him angry, and he would yell at him, but he would yell. And I hated that so much. And our dog, poor thing, she's not with us anymore, unfortunately, but our dog, it would happen in the kitchen because we just had meals together, and that's the only time that we would see each other as a family. And so we would be in the kitchen, and of course the dog would have been there. And she would just run away as soon as the yelling started, and I wanted to follow her into the bathroom, honestly, and just shut us into the bathroom because I couldn't take it. I hated it so much, especially around like meals. You just never digest what you ate if you ate when someone was yelling. So today so the other thing my dad doesn't realize is crumbs. He doesn't see them. He doesn't, like, he's a clean person, but for certain things, he's a Virgo, for God's sake, but for certain things, there's no way to make him realize that he's making a mess, that he's spreading crumbs all over the fucking house that if he moved just a little slower, there could be so much less to clean, especially because he doesn't clean after himself, because he's like, I cook. He likes to cook. He's like, I cook. My mom hates to cook, and he loves it. So, and my mom likes to clean, but not that much, like not every day. He's cooking twice a day, every day, just because he loves it. But he makes a mess pretty much every time he cooks, which is so frustrating to me, because I'm like, how the fuck can you not realize that you're doing that? Like, it doesn't take so much effort to be less clumsy. Like, I don't get it. It makes me so frustrated, but I never say anything because I don't want to make him yell, and might be biased about this, but I feel like he yells much more at me. Like, if I say something, or if my brother says, like, my brother could say 10 things, and at the 10th he would yell. If I say 2 things, at the 2nd he yells at me. So I'd be very careful to not ever say anything, which makes me even more frustrated every time that he does something that I don't like. But I'm like, okay, keep it calm. It's okay, you know, someone's gonna clean it afterwards, it's fine. Today, with the crumbs, I was like, because there's this thing, we have a round table, okay? And he cuts the bread right on his left, like there's his plate in front of him, I'm him. There's his plate, cutlery and everything, and he cuts the bread here. And like all the crumbs are here, all right? Very close to the border of the table. And he just rests his arm on top of the crumbs. So whenever he does this and then does this, all the crumbs fall out, and just they fall out anyway. And I'm like, if you would cut the bread just more towards the center of the table, that would be much cleaner, because you wouldn't rest your arms on the crumbs and they wouldn't just fall everywhere. So I told him once, and he did. And then the second time he was cutting the bread, he was gonna do it like in the usual place. And I was like, oh, wait. I freed, like, because there was stuff on the table. I took everything like away, made space for him to cut the bread. And I was like, cut it here. I might have been a little bit, I don't know what word could describe. I was like, wait, okay, if you cut it here, you see, like a bit sarcastic about that. Maybe he thought I was mocking him, I don't know. But he started yelling, like, I can't even cut the bread in my own house, how the fuck I want, and whatever, he started yelling. And I'm really happy that I'm able to laugh about it now, because in the moment I felt heat coming through, like, to my face, and I just turned red. And my mom was like she knows that I react the way I react when he yells, and she was like, you're scaring her. And because my brother isn't really affected by him yelling, because he yells too, my brother, so he doesn't care, but I am affected. And my mom was like trying to calm me down, even though I didn't say anything, didn't do anything. I just turned red and silent. Like, I was all happy and smiley, and I just went down, and I felt so drained afterwards. It wasn't even that big of a deal. Like, he yelled for like 10 seconds. It wasn't even, that bad. But for some reason, I'm still so affected by him yelling. And I'm like, sorry, I have white gray hair. Like, I'm old enough to not be affected by my dad yelling at me, but I still am, which I hate. And I would really like to not be affected anymore by that. But so I was really angry at him at the beginning, because I was like, how the fuck do you not realize? How can you not control yourself? Like, you know, because it's been spoken with we have spoken about it many times, that I hate when people yells. And by people, I mean my family, because they're the only people that I see pretty much, like, of course every day, but like, the only people that I see, because I don't have many more people that I see. But we've spoken about that, and how, I mean, I haven't told you, like, oh, I'm curious in the thought process that goes through his head, but he's not even aware of that thought process. So he's not gonna be able to explain it to me. Maybe afterwards, because then he realized that, well, he wouldn't. I don't know if he would have realized. Ouch, foot cramp. Oh, sorry. I don't know if he would have realized that I was upset if my mom didn't tell him. Because then after like 10 minutes, or even less, maybe like 7 minutes that happened, he was like, I was standing doing something. He was like, can you pass whatever? And my mom was like, no, she's not gonna do that because you upset her. And she started saying all these things, and I was like laughing, but I mean, I was upset, but I was happy that she at least realized. And yeah, I feel like we should have a reality show, because I mean, it would be interesting for people to watch and learn stuff. But anyway, maybe we should go to be like watched by psychologists instead of people. But so then he realized, and he was like, no. And my mom told him, you upset her because you were too aggressive and you yelled at her and whatever. And he was like, no, I wasn't aggressive, because he's clearly in denial, because I mean, that was very aggressive to me. Specifically, like, he didn't say a generic yell. He yelled at me, like, I felt disrespected. But the thing was that he then realized and was like very cautious with me. Then I went upstairs and I didn't talk to anybody anymore. But then I went out and I told him, I'm gonna go by. And so that he was like, I don't know, he was more caring than usual. So I know he's realized it and he's thought about it, which is a big deal for him, because in the past he wouldn't even think about like that he did something wrong. He's getting better, like being aware of stuff is always helpful, in my opinion, especially when you're, you know, in relationships with other people. Not necessarily just love, like any social interaction is, you know, is in every social interaction, it's helpful to be aware of your triggers and your reactions to those triggers and everything. So I feel like we've come a long way, and I'm grateful for that. But yeah, I just wanted to tell this story first to get it out of my system, because it's not nice to have this inside. But also I'm happy that I was able to like laugh about it, because it's not a big deal actually, but in the moment it does feel a big deal. I'm just happy that afterwards he realized, and yeah, his thought about it, which is something that you wouldn't expect from him. Anyway, wow, 20 minutes. I'm so sorry. I hope I can cut some of this out. But also, like, you're free to go before I stop talking, so why am I apologizing? Also, you can see my pimple patch. I want to apologize about this too, but I'm not gonna. And I'm not gonna apologize about the length of the videos, because I'm just doing this And whoever, like, feel free to join, feel free to go, feel free to whatever. Only thing, respect, please, because that's always, I mean, every human deserves respect, so do respect others. And apart from that, I send you peace and love, and I will talk to you next time. Bye bye.